Every Christmas season, I sit down and watch a slew of holiday classics. I usually watch the same ones every year, but this year I decided to try something different and put on one that I hadn't seen in a while. I chose Mickey's Christmas Carol, and I'm so glad that I did. This movie, more like a Christmas special honestly, was just the sort of nostalgic, heartwarming holiday cheer I needed. And in the spirit of the season, I wanted to make my first holiday special on the channel. A small video for a small film. But that doesn't mean it won't have a big heart. In fact, Mickey's Christmas Carol has that in spades. As far as Christmas cartoons go, this one is about as good as they come, and sits on the shelf alongside the original How the Grinch Stole Christmas in my memory. And this struck me as a major accomplishment, especially considering the context in which it was made. This special was made in the so-called dark age of Disney animation. For those of you who don't know, I recently did a video on Robin Hood where I had to immerse myself in research on the Disney Dark Age. I was reminded of how hard the era was for Disney's animation division, how much cost-cutting was forced upon the animation department, how much fear there was for the passionate artists that called it home. By the early 80s, when Mickey's Christmas Carol was released, tension was at its highest, and it wasn't until around 86 with the release of The Great Mouse Detective that things began to turn around. Until then, executives were constantly asking themselves the question that we would consider unthinkable today. Should Disney get rid of animation altogether? I'm sure you can imagine what effect this had on the artists working for Disney Animation. With their jobs in doubt and the future of their division in peril, it's amazing that they managed to get anything done in the first place. These were artists that truly believed in their craft, persevering through those dark days, and this dedication shines through this little Mickey Mouse cartoon. Although, it's not really a Mickey Mouse cartoon per se. Even though his name is on the title card and his face gets prime billing in the advertisements, this is really a Mickey and Friends cartoon, which is honestly its greatest charm. It feels like a who's who of old school Disney animation, almost as if every classic Disney character has been called upon to represent this iconic tale. This would be what it would look like if the Disney characters decided to put on a little theater production for the holidays, and they've invited you to join in on the fun. The atmosphere reminded me of chilly nights going to see a holiday school play or concert that my brother or sister was starring in, rather than the dramatic adaptation some might expect. It's intimate and fun, and that is a breath of fresh air amongst the typical glitz and glam of most commercialized holiday fare, even the holiday fare from Disney recently. It shows that these artists really care about Disney's past and the foundation it builds for the future. They know these Disney characters and love them dearly. They had hope in these characters. They believed in Disney's legacy of animation and the bright future it held. Even when things went wrong, they tried to make something special, because it meant a lot to them. It's simply amazing to me that Disney Animation still chose to find hope in their situation. Hope that they would persevere and make something beautiful out of a time of worry and confusion. And that's the true meaning behind this Christmas story anyway. To hold Christmas in our heart and keep it all the year. To hold on to that spirit of generosity, family, and love. To have hope that people can be better, that goodness can come out of something difficult or sad. It's a reminder that just when things seem darkest, that faith in humanity and its capacity for good can bring forth great light. Sometimes life is hard, and the world seems cruel, but with a little kindness and a lot of hope, we can still choose to believe in a future that's merry and bright.